What's up, family? I hope that you are doing well. Welcome to another exciting episode of the BTC podcast, where it's all about creativity, innovation, and meaningful conversations. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. Do remember to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and be a part of our growing online family. Today's conversation is also one for the books, quite insightful, if I do say so myself. By the way, my name is Gedi Molusiwa, your host of the BTC podcast. And like I mentioned, today's episode is something really special for you. We have a guest who is joining us, one of the youngest females in the cybersecurity space. And before you go anywhere else, please allow me to thank Cell City because they were able to equip me with this Samsung Galaxy Tab. That's what I'm going to be using today. And you should definitely be a part of that and get yourself a Samsung Galaxy Tab as well. So, like I mentioned, our guest is one of the youngest females in the cybersecurity space systems with responsibilities of ensuring hardware systems, network systems, and data are protected from cyber threats and potential incidents. She's currently working as BTC cybersecurity analyst under the Security Services Department. So allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome our guest, Tannor. Yes. Hi. How are you doing? Did I say your surname right?
It's actually Tannor.
Tannor.
The R is silent.
So I need to keep practicing. Tannor.
Yes.
Okay, Tannor. Okay, no, I'm really sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's
And
okay.
welcome to the BTC podcast. Welcome to the Green Studio. Are you doing well today?
Besides being a nerve wreck, I'm okay. I'm fine. Yeah.
Why are you nervous though? I can't hell.
No, still, I'm not used to the cameras, action, lights. I'm just behind the screen.
Yeah.
Like behind the screen. I don't interact much with people. So it's a different scene for me. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that too tough or tense for you.
I hope no, you'll excuse the shaking and maybe the sweating if it does come. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a game here that we do. It's an icebreaker game that is as we try to get you comfortable and also get to know who you are a little bit more about what you're into, Yana. So we do it as a this or that. So you choose between the two. I'm gonna ask two this or that, and then you just let me know which one is more aligned with who you are as Ame. So before we get into that, what song were you listening to on the way here?
Shadow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. I think Bradley Cooper. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a song from a movie, The Rising Star. It's a bit inspiring for me. It's a girl who she had a dream and then she rose to the top. So it's something that aspires me every day to rise to my goals, my ambitions at the end of the day.
Wow. Okay. And then, are you introverted or extroverted?
Introvert. Obviously, I'm terrified of crowds. Very terrified. Like, I'm always in my house after work. Go to my house, close the doors, close the curtains, watch TV, Netflix, binge all day. My weekends are just like that.
Wow. Yeah. And then with BTC, there's these products. Fast Connect, fiber internet. Which one are you into?
I would go for the Fiber Connect. I'm the indoor person. I'm always at home. It's fast and it's effective for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet or savory?
Sweet. I have a bag of chips and sweets on my desk. I'm always nibbling on something sweet. I can have now and then, cavities and stuff, but I'll never leave sweets, never.
Okay. Text messages or phone calls?
Text messages, with it I can do other things, kind of colleagues until I begin but with a text I can multitask, continue with my meetings. My my environment or my field is very hectic. I cannot pause for a long call. So I'd rather keep doing what I'm doing and texting and, talking to other people, obviously. But a call is just a lot of effort for me.
Okay. Multi-factor authentication or biometric authentication. Ba e leng gore ba itse bo cybersecurity, they definitely
Yeah.
know what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, both are very important. Both play a very critical role in the cyberspace, but I would go for biometrics. Biometrics cannot be stolen. It cannot be taken away from you. It's something that is it's human effects. You're talking about your iris scans, your fingerprints. It's something that cannot be stolen or intercepted. With multi-factor, someone can steal my phone, guess my password, and then get to the multi-factor authentication app and they just use it. So biometric is way better.
Let's educate the person watching right now. Gore multi-factor authentication again. Maybe let's just define that as well.
Okay, multi-factor authentication is just a mixture of the password and something, Mostly we use an app, multi-factor authentication app. It gives you a code that you input after you put your password, just so that they assure that you are the accurate person of the account.
Oh,
the
so
owner of the account.
yeah, OTP. I get a
Yeah, OTP, something of that
you like
sort.
a one-time pin.
Yes, something of that sort.
Where they
yes.
SMS you a pin and say input that pin that we've sent to you on your mobile device, on your
yes.
mobile number.
Just to verify the authenticity of the user.
Okay, and then biometric your name.
Biometric
Yeah, the DNA, yeah, the touch.
Yeah, the touch dilo tsa gago, your physical components. Yeah, your fingerprints, your iris. Yeah, I think
It's the same thing as the face where it says you should
face recognition.
face ID thing.
There's an app with ma'am. Yes.
Yes.
There's my Apple device, right?
Yes.
With my face.
Yes.
But with biometric, with multi-factor, that code that phone and then just input it.
Okay. You see, these are very important conversations and just learning about that. And then also in terms of like cyber, incidents response or threat hunting, which one do you choose between the two?
I would go for threat hunting. I'm more I want to challenge myself. I want to deep dive to check on those threats, how they can infiltrate the system and the intensity of it and how they can impact the network if there could be a security breach.
Okay. Finish the sentence, okay? First thing I do when I wake up is...
check my WhatsApp text.
So you don't pray.
No, I check who sent me a good morning, probably. God sent me a good morning. How are you, my daughter? You're making me feel bad for not praying and stuff.
And then I'm currently grateful for...
my daughter. I want to believe with her, she has grounded me and given me a purpose to fight in life and not give up, make life easier for her and any other girl that might come along in my direction or line of work.
Love it. Let's start from the very beginning, Ame, because now we've gotten an idea of who you are, but we want to know you better, Tell us a little bit about who Ame is, Oaitse guy, which schools you went to, and how you were able to find BTC as an organization and work here.
That was gonna be a very funny story,
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm making Oaitse from Kanye. I did my preschools Mogaborone and then went to Serwe for my primary education. And then I went to Kalahati. I moved to Hukunzi just to start my junior school, where I learned a bit of Kalahati. That language is very exciting. People would say it's very sexy, but it's very exciting. And then I went to Macha College for my BGCSE, and that's when the interest came in for IT. I started it as just a normal class. I hated any physical activity, so I couldn't take PE, and I'm bad with crafts, and I couldn't roka and stuff. So I'm like, this is the only class that would go for a lazy person like me. And when I started, a classmate then, this subject they how because the pure science. It really rose the competitive side of me. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna rise to the occasion.
What were you doing?
No, I was just then. She decided, no, you know what? How papa sa homona kan nikira ditabo.
Ni read double.
Nikira ditabo le nna.
Ah,
But no,
okay.
homong ga di batho ba di pure batho ba ba rutegileng. Like, you know what? I'm gonna beat the odds. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pass this class. And halfway through the class, I started to develop an interest more IT, and I asked my class teacher then about how she thought IT would be growing, because Nick Batla a doctor. At first, and she said it's a good field, but be sure not to be a teacher. But in my head, I thought she was saying it because I would freeze up in front of bana babato. Imagine
Ha go presentiwa.
because I would
Oh.
be there and nerve wreck, so I couldn't go in that line ya batho. So just before ke kwala my form 5, Boto, I think Boto was transitioning from Boto College to Boto University.
Okay.
So they came to sell their product, tell us more about the school. So then I decided, no, I'm going to do IT. I felt like fate was communicating with me. Fate was certifying my decision and my path into IT. So I decided, no, this is going to be my school and I'm going to do IT. 2014, I got enrolled Goboto doing network security and computer forensics. For me, it was just I want to do IT, but I didn't really know the depth of it. Ne ke sa itse gore it's something that is growing and it's gonna be important in the future. Uh, Through the course, ne ka lebala bo CIA and FBI, and what's very interesting, really be a black screen and having to hack into the cameras or footages about it was very exciting for me. And I thought but then we have that ethic class as a hacker, these are the ethics that you should live to. You know, you learn about those gray hat hackers, the red hat hackers, the white hat hackers, and it's like, I want to be a white hat hacker. I want to be allowed. I want to do things by the book, be permitted by an organization to penetrate through that network. And then 2019, I graduated, and then August, I got an internship doing this registration thing, but it wasn't giving for me. I
Yeah.
felt like my talents are just being wasted. So, I came to get this faithful morning, and then I saw this very big tower, a very big building, and I was like, that office I would look good walking into it every morning. So I took a chance. And then I applied for internship, and luckily they were really hunting for a cyber person.
Okay.
And instantly I was given a letter to transfer. But before she gave me the letter, the HR can't hurry. Are you sure how about marketing? I was like, why? No, you have the face. You can do marketing. Told her no. IT security is my passion. I'm doing this for passion. So you giving me an opportunity here means a lot. So I'd rather stick to security. And then 2020, I started BTC as an intern. I worked my way up to being a cybersecurity analyst that I am right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And what does like your everyday life look like in terms of work? What do you do?
Yo. I don't have a break. There are those days that I don't even have a bathroom break. It can be very hectic. But on a normal day where it's easy, every morning I come to the office, I have a hot beverage. Ke feel like ke just say do because I wake up early in the morning. So when I get to the office, before I even open my laptop, I get a hot beverage, either coffee, kana 5 roses. Can't judge.
Ish.
Don't judge me, yeah?
I thought you were young. Sounded like you're...
my work, my line of work. So don't judge me. So mostly, yeah. And then I check my emails. We have a 24-hour team and monitors those threads. So after the emails, we sit down, bang handler over to say, no, this is what we have seen, this is what we want you to do during the day so that we close in the gap. And then continuously doing assessment. We create a lot of systems, a lot of applications, so they need to be tested on a daily. So we do run those assessments, and then we check for phishing emails. I respond to we have a button on our Outlook where people would just click to say, no, I think this is very malicious. Can you please look into it? So it's my job to look into that email to check if it's a legit email or if it's a phishing email. So if it's not, we go back to the customer. No, that email is legit. I think you should look into it and respond. Yeah. We are always there. We're always 24 hours. Ka 9 o kgona go ita call-etsa na ma'am ke nkare ke bona ka re sengwenyana ga sa nna sentle ntšhekela ho. So we are always there.
Okay. What are some like of the common misconceptions people make about people in your line of work, especially in the cybersecurity space, Yan?
All right. Firstly, the misconception would be ga ke motho wa IT. IT and security are different things. There's an IT personnel and there's a security personnel. We are two different people doing two different roles.
Okay.
So people would assume if they have an IT person, that is fine. They can do the security scans. They can protect. That's not true. You need a security person in an organization who will be looking out for those incidents and those threats and protect the organization before those attacks materialize. The second one would be people thinking, Baba Kwatla say, maybe a receptionist would say, why would attackers target her? Hana any power to make any changes. But how to live more networking and networking. So if you are attacked, you are giving a doorway for the attackers to penetrate to the network. So they are able to go to the next person, and then within a matter of minutes or so, the whole organization is affected. Imagine a ransomware, it's any this is just an email. I'm just gonna click on this URL. Kante wena ulela a malware ya go affecta eskhwene wa ka nyong gore go target a bone hela, but it's ene ka wena. Yeah. And people also think habasetse ba implementile the first layer of the security measures that are fine, that are well protected, but with the changing dynamics, our technology is advancing, so is the threat. So you need to always be advancing or improving on your security measures now and then.
Okay. And then you are in a male-dominated field. I just want to know what it's like being in that sort of space as a woman.
It started out very difficult. It wasn't an easy journey to get to where I am. You get to be left out more the opportunities. What they know, you're a girl, you should be on the administrative side of work. Kana go about the advance about pen testing. For me, I voiced out a lot. I would tell them, but I'm capable. Whatever a man can do, I would. Have to get very competitive. Have to get hot-headed. So I just stand my ground and say, I can do it, and just give me a chance. You'll see. And then fortunately for me, I got leaders that listened, leaders that gave me an opportunity to rise to the occasion. So after a few months of working, it became very easy to sail through the buyers' misconceptions of a girl in IT or in security. Yeah.
Okay. Would you encourage your daughter if she wanted to be a cybersecurity analyst? What would you say to her?
Cyber is growing. As technology is growing, would need people, a lot of people in the cyberspace to protect an organization. So definitely I would. I do have a mentor here also. She's a lady. She's an HOD. Her team is literally composed of men. So that lady, she gives me courage to say if she was able to rise up to that position, I can also do it. So for my daughter, I would say I'm also paving the way she paved a way for me.
Yeah.
I think I'll be paving a way for her as well to get to this point.
Wow. How do you balance your work life, mom life, social life?
Ma'am, do you see this ibex? Mo go rayang gore ga gona balance, ga go balancege. No, because my field, it's a lot of pressure. In tlhoka gore e beke le teng 24 hours. So either
What do you sacrifice then?
social life, mostly because I can't sacrifice my daughter, obviously. But there are times where I feel like I'm neglecting my responsibilities. There's a point she asked me, gore bogolo tla re nne mo bolaong rotlhe o theogetse, at least be here for me while you're working. And I felt bad then. I felt bad, but I couldn't just drop off. So when it comes to social life, I try to find a place where I would be able to work if I have to. But then like really laptop wherever I am, then
Yeah.
like really laptop, and I find a place where also it's child convenient. Ga nna mosuke should be comfortable so that I'm able to maybe relax and be a mother and also work at the very same time. But it's very difficult.
Yeah, because how social life, man.
There's no life at all as a cybersecurity person.
Tense.
Ma'am.
So how do you stay up to date, with the constant evolution of cyber devices, systems, and security, Yana?
Yeah. We do have these annual conferences that are held by Africa. Is it Africa Cyber something? I forgot the name.
That's fine.
They actually do hold these annual workshops where we meet various stakeholders, but la re bua about the dynamics of how technology is changing and how we can protect our organization. Just sometime last year, we went to one workshop in Ribuaka data privacy, because now a lot of our information is on the cloud, and Bokra revises the policies. We need to be protecting the information that the customer. So we're learning more about that. And also, Bokra has a department called CSET. CSET occasionally calls us in Barabalella about the technology that is new that would help us in being ahead of these attacks and the new attacks that are emerging and how we can stay ahead. We also have the website Yakabo PECB that I've subscribed to. Ke yone e leng gore I did my ISO 27001 certificate,
Okay.
where they keep giving us the newsletter with what is going on, what's happening, how to protect ourselves.
What's this ISO 27001? Because it's so long. And I think for somebody who doesn't really know what it is, they're just like, what is that? So, if you're this certified person, what thing in this ISO thing, what does it mean exactly?
ISO is about building an information structure, protecting the information structure, an organization.
Okay.
More on policies and procedures, really.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you can gain some sort of qualification. Mo go gone.
Yeah, if you are looking into data governance, that is the certification that is very relevant to that field.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what are some key factors organizations should consider, when they're setting up security systems tsa bone or tsa tsone yana?
Yeah. Firstly, I'd suggest they do an assessment, a risk assessment on the asset to say prioritizing the asset. This asset is susceptible to this risk and how they can mitigate and whatnot, and to have policies, enforce policies and procedures in an organization to say this is an acceptable use policy, this is how you can use our assets, this is how you cannot use them, do your access control policies, and the trainings, staff trainings. That is very important, because I believe with an informed staff or employees, you'd be able to fight off and defend your organization if they're aware of the critical issues or threats that might affect the organization and end up closing the organization altogether. Also, investing on your infrastructure, your firewalls, your antiviruses, and ensuring that you do an quarterly patch management to ensure that your systems don't have cracks in, so to guard against the attacks.
What role do you see artificial intelligence and machine learning playing in the future of cybersecurity defense?
All right. AI and machine learning are already playing a significant role in the cybersecurity defense. They have the potential to revolutionize cybersecurity defense by enhancing human capabilities. As a human, I can oversee these threats, ke sa bone dingwe, but with incorporating AI and machine learning in our technologies, we are able to easily detect these threats before they materialize, and we can be able to do a preventative measures
Okay.
to curb the situation before it actually happens.
Okay. And in terms of like AI, because there's this connotation that's going around where we should be afraid of AI and robots and taking our jobs and, and such. What is your thought on that?
It's very scary because le nna ha like le mohiri ha gote there's an AI that would be able to detect these threats before they can happen. I would I would use AI over people. So it's very scary. So for me, I would say, tota ke kgang ya go certify more so that I am, ke be ke re, what is the word I'm trying to use? Ke dire, relevant.
Yes.
So certifying would make me more relevant. Le ha ke tla ke computer le something that is way beyond my skill, I would be in an advantage.
I think the other thing with it ke gone gore gompieno ha computer e tima a ke re motho ene can still function. The computer, if the computer crashes or it goes off, it means that it can't do
everything
the job.
stops.
Hey.
Yes, that is true. It's very argumentative. Re ka ira a debate about it, but at the end of the day, kgang ke gore a me re kgona go protect. A me ha ke tsere a me ke mail ha ile ke tsere ChatGPT ke beile ha or any other AI, am I able to defend more than it can? You know,
Okay.
but it's a topic for another day. Re tseye yone hela re bue ka AI, re tle re tlhaloganye, re dissect properly.
I get
Yeah.
it. And then, can you also share your thoughts on the importance of cybersecurity awareness training? Because
Yeah.
babereki,
Ma'am,
they need training.
that is the most fun part of it. That is the very first project that I was handed. I get an BTC. I always say humans or employees are the human firewall.
Okay.
Kore le ha re ka dira those preventative measures, we do the firewalls, we do the access control, the antiviruses. We need employees to be there ko pele, because how ba klika into a phishing email, we can get all affected. So it is important to train them, re ba supentshe gore these threats exist and this is how they can affect the organization. One click can bring down a big organization like BTC down. So it's very important to have these monthly security trainings for employees.
Okay.
Very vital.
Yeah, I know that's right. Can you discuss the importance of proactive cybersecurity versus reactive?
Proactive and reactive security measures are very important. They're both important, but they do play different roles in the cybersecurity life cycle.
Okay.
Proactive measures are those measures that we put in front to say these preventative measures per se to avoid or defend the attacks from happening. We have our firewalls, our intrusion detection systems, and even though we do have that, go na le nako tse e leng gore we get attacked. So we need to defend and find the but there is a word they use, lesson lesson known.
Okay.
Yes, these lessons are the ones that we take gore yaanong re beef up the preventative measures.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
All right. What are some of the emerging cyber threats that you believe organizations should be wary of or vigilant about?
We are still taking phishing and social engineering attacks very lightly. Like I said, a click of a button on that URL, like an attachment, can close up businesses. So I would go for phishing attacks. Insider threats would have employees here, banale the agenda, selling your data to the highest bidder. So we always need to have that. And then ransomware, it encrypts data, yeah, organization. It locks you out from your own system. So if you are attacked, it's either you pay or you start from scratch. Imagine a multi-million-dollar company in a ransomware and all your systems, you are locked out of them.
Ebe go te duela.
Ebe go te duelang. And you don't have the guarantee that they're gonna give you back your system. And even if they do give it back, what about the data they had? What did they do? The integrity, because they've compromised the integrity of information. Yeah.
Okay. As we are concluding our conversation, obviously the most important thing for me is always a takeaway, the advice to the young individual who might be watching us now. You know, they've learned already about what you do, how le mo BTC yana, gore you're the cybersecurity analyst. Why should they consider venturing into ICT or what you studied? What did you study again?
And network security and computer
Network
forensics.
security and forensics.
Yeah, like I said previously, technology is growing, and as much as it's growing, so are the attacks. These attackers, every single minute, they're advancing their attacks. So, my advice is to stay up to date. Continue learning, making yourself relevant. Your certificate, hela kabuyone, is not enough, Malazingana. You need to be studying, do your security plus, do your CISSP, do your CIMA to be relevant and take up on the threats that are emerging on a daily.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That was Tannor.
Yes, you said it right this time.
Tannor from BTC, and she is cybersecurity analyst from the Security Systems Department.
Security Services.
Security Services Department.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
time,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you
And
for
re
having
ithutile
me.
go le go ntsi hela thata.
Yeah, you helped me calm my nerves. Hopefully, I'll be doing this sometime again. I have to be talking to people. So, lesson learned. That is the word I was using for lesson learned. I was looking for earlier.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
No, but thank you as well for stopping by the Green Studio, and have yourself a lovely one.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back with another episode. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and be a part of our BTC podcast community. From myself, Katie Molusiwa, it's been great.